Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shane and welcome back to my channel. Now, here on my channel, I more so focus on true crime react kind of videos. However, I do feel like today's video we are going to react to does start tiptoeing on that gray line between criminal and just drama. Today, we're going to be reacting to Adam McIntyre reacting to Raven-Symoné's recent podcast involving Colleen Ballinger. I'm a little bit biased because I do love Adam McIntyre. I think he is a very articulate, intelligent, and successful young man. However, with that same thought in mind, I love Raven-Symoné too. I grew up watching her on That's So Raven and the Disney Channel, and I also really liked Colleen Ballinger, and especially the character she used to play, Miranda Sings. So all three of the creators that I'm going to be talking about in today's video, I have a little bit of history, at least watching and enjoying their content. So with that being said, I feel like it levels the playing field a little bit as far as judgment goes, but truthfully, I wanted to watch Raven-Symoné's podcast with Colleen just on its own, but Adam plays such a significant role in the whole reason Colleen Ballinger got canceled in the first place. He was a big fan of Colleen Ballinger, and truthfully, in my opinion, she very much took advantage of that fan-creator power dynamic. Whether she knew it or realized it at the time or not, as a 30-year-old woman myself, I can't imagine even wanting to be friends with someone that much younger than me. Hold the phone, back up, we're scrolling back. I'm missing something. She said he was begging for it? No, she didn't. Hold the phone. I'm backing up. 5 days ago, he just posted a he's posted a couple videos we can react to. All right, we're gonna backtrack for a minute, go back to this one that's simply called Colleen Ballinger.
Okay, I am literally just hitting record and I'm gonna talk. It is currently 1:46 in the morning for me. I had been filming all day and I was about to go to bed. And my phone was going crazy. And I was getting tagged in a lot, and I didn't know what I was getting tagged in. And I open Instagram, and I get tagged in Colleen Ballinger going on Raven-Symoné's podcast, which is just bizarre sentence. And I'm going to be honest, it has annoyed me more than I thought it was going to annoy me.
You know, it's one thing as a host of a podcast to want to find interesting or controversial creators to host because, frankly, that brings in an audience. So I don't entirely blame Raven for wanting to bring on Colleen because it is an interesting topic. However, for Colleen to want to come on to a podcast and dig up old dirt, you know, Colleen's a mom now. I don't even know what kind of content she's making anymore. I've never subscribed to her. I only watched her Miranda Sings content, but as Colleen, I never watched her as a creator.
Obviously, we can watch the clip, but the full clip that we've seen of the podcast that comes out tomorrow is Colleen victimizing her, talking about what happened with me, with Becky, with Oliver, all of us. And it's Raven-Symoné and her partner are phrasing it in terms of but will you forgive yourself? And will you forgive yourself? And I can't believe we're doing this again. I really, and I wasn't going to film because, truthfully, normally whenever things like this happen, I normally wait for to wake up and talk to my mom and stuff like that. And we kind of make sure that I'm being incredibly rational. But obviously my mom's, working in the morning, and so I can't speak to her right now. And I really have no one to speak to about this other than the community that I have. But I honestly I cannot do this again. I really, really, really cannot do this again. I cannot do another back and forth of Colleen, like, victimizing herself.
You know, as somebody who is reliving a very traumatizing experience in my life, especially this past week, I can relate to Adam about, like, I truly believe he was very traumatized by this simply based on the fact that Adam could make an entire career. Well, he essentially has made an entire career over hot topics and drama and stuff. He could make an entire, like, dedicate his entire channel to this whole Colleen stuff and deep dive and answer questions and whatever. He genuinely seems so uncomfortable that this topic is even being brought up again. And it's not even him bringing it up. It's not like he's looking for the attention or he's looking for the clout or he's seeing his views drop and he's desperate. He has a really good amount of subscribers on his channel. He does not need to keep fishing for more story and more drama with this. And based off his demeanor, just in my personal opinion, this affected him heavily and he just wants to put it behind him. The problem is that once a creator comes out and talks about you and does a podcast with a child star like Raven-Symoné that so many of us are familiar with, it's going to create a buzz again. And it's going to keep buzzing and keep buzzing and keep buzzing. And it's going to end up, whether or not you want to respond to it, it's going to get to a point of where so many people are talking about it or so many people are tagging you in their content or so, like, your comments are going to be entirely flooded with nothing but this drama. You're going to have to eventually address it unless you just get really good at ignoring it and eventually people might forget again. It's not even Adam that keeps bringing up this drama. It's grown women.
She goes, I focused so much on what wasn't true that, like, I wasn't focusing on what was true or something like that. And I'm like, when this first happened, when I first made my first ever video, I was 17. And I'm a lot more angry at this situation when I'm now 23 than what I ever was at 17 and what I ever was. What age was I? 2021, I think, in 2023.
The feeling of being more angry as you get older, I think, is completely valid. Not only is just your brain developing more and you're able to actually, like, look back at what you went through, because it's so easy to make really big things small in your mind. Oh, maybe it wasn't that bad, or maybe it wasn't that big of a deal, or maybe I not exaggerated, but blew it out of proportion. But then you get older and realize it was actually worse than you thought. I think that's completely valid. I am no stranger to predators grooming and taking advantage of minors. I was molested a few times before I was 18 years old by people who were supposed to be trusted adults. I'm angrier about it now that I'm older, and I still can't rationalize in my head what drew you to a child. What would make you want to hurt a child? I look at 14, 15-year-olds now, the age that I was when I went through most of my stuff, and I'm like, ew, like, they look like babies. Again, I don't mean to repeat myself a million times, but I really want to reiterate, I believe his feeling is valid. And I think he's only going to get angrier about it the older he gets. Now, I don't want Adam to stew on that anger and become resentful and angry at the world. I want him to be able to use that anger maybe to advocate, or maybe, you know, even if someone personal comes in their life who's dealing with something like that, he can give really good advice. So I give Adam a lot of credit for even being able to come back on camera and talk about a traumatic experience, because it is not easy.
I'm more angry. I think I get angrier at Colleen fundamentally the older I get, because the older I get is, like, the closer to the age that she was when she was doing these things to me. And I'm still 23, and she was, like, in her 30s when she was doing these things to me. But like, I almost get more protective of myself the older I get. And I cannot believe, I cannot believe that we're doing this again.
I completely agree with his statement of becoming almost more protective of your younger self the older that you get. When I was 15 and dealing with my own grooming and, let's just be frank, being molested, I kind of was explaining it away. Like, I was like, oh, you know, it wasn't what it is, which was a predator taking advantage of an underage child. Period. There is no buts. There's no what if. And I couldn't accept that, I guess, when I was younger, because I wanted to see the best in people, even when I saw the worst. I almost doubted in my mind, like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that somebody could be that manipulative. That there's no way that someone could have coerced me into something. There's no way that I could have been groomed. And now being older, and I'm still not nearly near the age that even the people that took advantage of me, add another 20 years to my current age, and then mess with a 14, 15-year-old. I think I'll be even angrier in 20 years. And again, not angry where it's destructive to myself, but angry in a way that I can then use it as a tool and hopefully help somebody else maybe going through a similar situation. I don't think this is the full interview. I still want to see his reaction to the interview. However, I want to see how he reacts to just the clips.
I'm a mom. Obviously, every choice I make, I think about how it could affect my children. And I wish that I went into my interactions with my fans with that same mindset of, like, everything I say can affect them. And
This sad music in the background, okay. What the hell, sure.
think about how this can affect these people that you're interacting with.
My next guest tonight is one of the most popular YouTubers in the world. Her videos have garnered more than 1 billion views online.
You all know her as Miranda Sings.
Please welcome Colleen Ballinger.
Over 6 million subscribers.
I do not like that. I don't like that at all. Why are we... So let me get this straight. You're hosting a podcast with a controversial, who even admitted she was in the wrong. And she's almost, I mean, she, as in Raven, is almost putting Colleen on a pedestal with these clips. Oh, Colleen Ballinger won this. Oh, Colleen Ballinger won that. Blah, blah, blah. That rubs me the wrong way. Like, can you imagine introducing someone who is so, who is accused and being like, yeah, but she won all these awards. Isn't that the whole reason that Adam fell into this power dynamic in the first place? Because Colleen was put on such a high pedestal and showed this much personal attention to one of her fans. I hate to say it, but I do have the opinion that if Colleen was a Colin and Adam was an Abigail, people wouldn't be so quick to invite them onto their podcast. Am I the only one that thinks that? You can sound off down in the comments. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but like, I do still feel like there is a major imbalance between females who groom young boys because they're like, oh, it's a fantasy. Oh, you get a cougar. Oh, it's gross. It's gross.
Nearing 2 billion views. Now a Netflix show.
You're famous. You're famous. We're all famous.
Colleen has written a best-selling self-help book, is touring around the world, and has appeared with the likes of Jimmy Fallon and Jerry Seinfeld.
YouTube star Colleen Ballinger, who's better known as her online persona Miranda Sings, is facing significant backlash. She's been accused of having inappropriate relationships with some of her underage fans.
And now a new video she made is landing the content creator in even more hot water.
They wanted an explanation, and they deserved that, and I didn't give it to them.
What happened personally in
internally.
I was so caught up in the things that weren't true that were being said about me that I feel like I wasn't listening to the things that were true.
What do you mean? Hold on, Adam. Before you go on your absolute tangent, I know you're about to. Excuse me. Let me do it for you for a second. Excuse me? You were so focused on the things that you didn't do. I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you just said?
What happened personally, internally?
I was so caught up in the things that weren't true that were being said about me that I feel like I wasn't listening to the things that were true.
Wasn't the entire focus of your controversy being things that were true? Like the biggest of things, which was taking advantage of fans. This is going to be a very interesting interview. Adam, baby, you got the floor.
Anytime that she says that, she is always referring to me. She is always referring to me.
100%. 100%. I agree with him on that. I think he is like the biggest thorn in her side. Like, I try to put this in my perspective, and honestly, I'm like feeling the rage that Adam is feeling because I imagine the person who took advantage of me imagining, oh my gosh, if they went on to a podcast and was like, yeah, let me retell my story. Even after it had been hashed out years prior and they made a shitty apology video about it and things were finally settling down and you just had to go and kick the dust back up, I would be like, leave me alone. At what point is there a gray line with harassment, even if it's online? Is it some sort of cyberbullying? Like, does Adam, I know he's from another country, so this might be finicky. I don't know how this works, but could Adam potentially go for like a no contact? It eventually, if he could prove, oh, hello. Or is it just considered freedom of speech where you can talk about anybody as long as it's alleged or your opinion and you can say as much as you want? But it's fine to give your opinion about something, like if I'm reacting to something today. Somebody willingly uploaded a YouTube channel that is open for public opinion, okay? You put yourself on the hot seat every time you upload a YouTube video, including myself. I can't get mad if someone reacts to my YouTube video that I put up. However, is again, there a line where if I'm not even talking about them, if I'm avoiding the subject altogether, if I'm avoiding your name, and you keep, I don't know, because then media can talk about celebrities all they want, and not only that, but they're monetizing on you. What a finicky line. Interesting.
Like, actually, fuck you, Colleen Ballinger. Like, honestly, like, you are fucking scum. You're absolute scum. And fuck you, Raven-Symoné, and fuck your wife as well. The fact that, like, how fucking dare you respond to everything with the ukulele toxic gossip train. You did that. You did that. You fucking did that. And then take your little social media break and then come back with the vlog where like you address like being gone, but that's it. And then I'm so upset over this. Like I really am so upset over this because I can't fucking believe that she's doing this again. I really cannot fucking believe she's doing this again. Not only are you going to come back with the vlog and do that, you have had now, what, a year, 2 years probably, of on your own fucking channel, posting every fucking day, never fucking acknowledging it, except for sly fucking comments about being cancelled and losing opportunities because of people like me, Becky, and Oliver.
Which is 100% her fault. She needs to be able to take accountability that she's the one that made the apology video. She's the one that had the fans. She was the adult. She was the one with the power dynamic, and she is fully responsible. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with Adam for being very, very upset with her reactions. I feel like at this point, Colleen doesn't even have to say Adam's name where we know she's alluding to him.
Raven-Symoné, you think you're fucking entitled to finally do a tell-all fucking speak up? You've had the time to fucking speak up. You chose not to.
Now, where's Adam's invitation to this podcast? Did he get one, Raven? Are we just going to take one side and not the other? See, I'm reacting to videos. I'm not pulling guests to do a tell-all and not the other side of the story, because that's telling half. I don't think he'd even go on this podcast if he had an invitation, but did Raven reach out to him and say, hey, you know, I'm reaching out to Colleen. I want to get her side of the story. This was a good story. Whatever Raven's prerogative for having Colleen on her show, whether she wanted better ratings, whether she wanted to be able to monetize that podcast and make a little bit of money on it. I can only speculate on the reason that Raven wanted Colleen on the podcast. What I can't wrap my head around, and I don't know for sure, maybe she did. I personally doubt it, but you would also reach out to the other party and get the other side of the story, because as an investigative journalist, which Raven are we trying to be, I would want the whole scope. I would want the full story, because I feel like Raven is being a little bit of a hater because Adam is a male. That's my opinion. I'm going to stick with that. I fully think that. I think Raven has kind of gone down this like weird feminist hater of men. I could be totally wrong, but just from what I've seen of her, the clips recently, that's where my opinion is much more leading towards. So I feel like it's empower woman, believe all women. A woman lie. As a woman, I don't trust all women. Just like men, they can be deceitful and manipulative and liars. Just because one private is different than the other does not make me incapable of destruction. But I've gotten this really bad taste in my mouth with Raven over the past few years that has just kind of a sour taste in her mouth toward men.
In doing what I do on YouTube now, when we do like commentary and we talk about like trending videos and trending topics, like recently we were talking about the Cody Ko situation because someone had made a video basically about like Cody Ko and Colleen, you know, kind of having like similar trajectories. And someone commented on that and was like, you know, it's so interesting how much Adam brings up Colleen. And then I have to refer to you that Colleen is constantly bringing up this situation more than we are. She sat on her fucking channel a couple days ago crying over Taylor Swift's fucking song cancelled, referring to all of us. She fucking brings up these sly fucking comments about how we ruined her life non-fucking stop. And she was the one who ruined her own fucking life. May I fucking remind you?
Yeah, is anybody calling out Colleen and saying, hey, stop bringing up Adam? Like, you're beating a dead horse. You're not going to convince all of us that you weren't in the wrong. But then when Adam responds, all of a sudden it's, oh, you won't stop talking about her.
I don't blame anyone but me. It was like a part of my brain was missing. People do make mistakes, and people can learn and grow and change.
Have you attempted ever? Have you attempted ever on your vlog where you have just fucking talked shit about us since you've came back? I made fucking sly comments?
In my opinion, I have not seen a genuine apology from Colleen, and I don't think we'll ever get one because I don't believe she fully thinks that she was in the wrong. And I do believe that she thinks she's the victim in this and is wronged. I feel like she was pressured to give an apology. Because who makes a song or like a joke out of an apology for hurting someone like that? and then takes a break from the internet so things can start being swept under the rug. And then when you come back, you address it again? What was the point of taking a break?
We've moved on, Colleen, have you? And it wasn't even on us to have to fucking move on. We had to, because your bullshit fucking response to everything coming up was a fucking song and dance. Literally. How fucking dare you? How dare you?
Did you know they were underage at the time?
Sorry,
Yeah, that was wrong.
This podcast being called Tea Time as well. No worries. No worries. All right. I'm so angry. I'm so fucking angry. I'm like, no worries.
You should be.
Yes, Colleen Ballinger on the Tea Time podcast. I would be less shocked if she went on the fucking Ned Fulmer Rock Bottom podcast.
I'm sorry. I know he's angry, but that was kind of funny.
You cannot hold a ukulele that is hot pink and walk around a fair. My self-worth was based in the validation from my fans, and that was who I was as a person. So when that was taken away, I was like,
Hold on. She says it herself. She admits it herself in this interview that she's the validation, the infatuation, the almost being put on a pedestal as a celebrity got to her head. And she should have known better. Girl, go ahead, Adam. Rip her to shreds. I know, babe. I know, that was tough. That one got me too.
When that was taken away. When that was taken away.
She didn't cause all
It's
of
crazy.
I'm nothing.
How do you come out of this? How are you going to explain this to your children? Will you forgive yourself?
Oh my God. I'm like, this is actually giving me so much rage. And also I know that like people in my life are going to be annoyed at me for making this video with like having a breather, but like I actually need you to know how fucking frustrating this is. How are you going to forgive yourself? How do you forgive yourself? Oh my God, she's the victim. She's the fucking victim.
Adam, baby, she keeps thinking that she's the victim. That's the point that it's all coming together. It's all clicking. But this woman took a break, made an apology, took a break, because I feel like she felt like she had to because of the pressure of the internet, comes back on and talks about how she was wronged. Baby, that victim mentality is strong with this one.
Oh my God, I'm actually at a loss of words.
Even look at her body language.
I can't. Okay, this comes out tomorrow, right? This comes out tomorrow, and I know that people are already going to ask. I'll try my best to react to it. I probably will. I am speechless. Oh my God, even 2 years after the toxic gossip train, she's now trying a different approach.
I was a famous content creator and I took advantage of fans.
That's her personality now. She's dug her claws into this narrative and she is not going to let go. There are some people in the world that I truly feel are just incapable of genuine apology. And she might be one of them. Not Colleen, not Miranda. Pretty often the people that you allow to get close to you in your life. Actually, look at statistics. It's not usually a stranger. It is, sometimes. Most of the time, it's somebody who can get nice and close to you, that can build a trust with you, that can build a bond, a friendship, make you feel good, make you feel special. Imagine just for a moment, maybe not even a celebrity, a content creator, a teacher, somebody you look up to, somebody that inspires you. Now imagine this person wants to be your friend. Me? Yes, you. Yes, you. And as the adult, she was the one responsible for saying, you know what? This shouldn't happen. This parallel relationship that has developed over being content creators online, over fan pages, whatever Adam ran for her, should have stopped there. She should not have gone into chat rooms. She should not have discussed personal details about her marriage or sex or lingerie to young fans. That is simply disgusting.
Remember when Becky and Oliver would talk about, like, they were thrown into this? I was thrown into this. Cody Tyler was the one that brought this up. Let me just fucking remind you that I made my video in 2020 for the Colleen fandom that were the ones that watched my videos, distancing myself from her because she was being so fucking evil and nasty towards me. And then after that, and the video went mainstream, I didn't want it to go mainstream, which is why there was so much context missing, because it was for people that already knew the context. And she preyed on that and blew it up with a video that now people look back on and they're like, oh my God, she was manipulative. She was fucking lying. She was, turning people against. Literally, I was a child.
Even if she reached out, though, he shouldn't have. Like Adam just said, and let me reiterate one more time, he was a child. This is a thought that I've struggled with for many, many years, because I thought, well, shouldn't I have known better? Shouldn't I have said something? Shouldn't I have seen red flags? Why did this person make me feel good? You are a child. You need no further explanation. She's the adult. You are the child. And I feel like it takes a lot of children who are taken advantage of a long time to realize that. Very simple concept, but to wrap your head around it sometimes.
Years later, when the people in the group chats finally fucking came around, they're showing me fucking screenshots of back then of her messaging, being like, give me dirt on Adam, let's find out things on Adam and all like this. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, you fucking psycho. You were literally like a 30-something-year-old fucking woman. Literally, like, and I was genuinely like 16 years old, like 17 years old, like, and you got away with it then, and then I dropped it. I fucking dropped it. I dropped it so that I could fucking move on. And I continued making YouTube videos because that was what I was doing beforehand. And I built up something I was so fucking proud of with this channel without Colleen Ballinger.
Going back to my earlier point of him being successful regardless of bringing her up, but she just can't seem to help herself.
And I worked so fucking hard, like 10 videos a day, completely unrelated videos, for genuinely like a year before I struck in the algorithm. And then I built up an audience that finally didn't just fucking associate me with Colleen. And then 2 years later comes fucking Cody Tyler, who was one of the main people in 2020 who was leading the force against me. I cannot stress to you enough, like, when you're 17 years old and like literally mainstream media is fucking covering you in a negative way, completely mischaracterizing you, lying on you, because this woman had the power and she fucking used it and leveraged it to fucking make my life hell. That affected my in-person life as much as it affected my fucking online life.
I feel like she's trying to do that again. I feel like she saw it work once where she could almost get her fan base, and even as Adams is saying, the mainstream media to go against this young kid. He's only 17 at the time. Of course, it's going to feel like you're like a public enemy number one and your whole world is crashing down. That's scary. If that happened to me today, even if in my 30s, that would still intimidate me to talk about what I need to talk about.
I break out of it. I fucking break out of it. And then here comes Cody Tyler, 2023. Let me remind you, not me, Oh my god, everyone's texting me. Here comes Cody Tyler in 2023 wanting some fucking attention and probably to buy a new fucking laptop. Which actually was the fucking truth, mind you. Having ulterior motives in making a video exposing all these text messages, exposing the behind the scenes that Colleen back in 2020 was actively in these people's ears to make exposed videos on me and to keep the narrative in the media against me so that she could fucking win back in 2020. And that what I was trying to say about her could be fucking suppressed. And in the process of doing that, let me fucking remind you, sorry, I need to take myself down a bit. In the process of doing that, let me fucking remind you that it was Cody Tyler that exposed the text messages of Colleen Ballinger asking me whenever I was like a fucking teenager, like, what's your favorite sexual position? Are you a fucking virgin? All these different things. Complimenting my body pictures, like, don't you fucking... It was Cody Tyler who did that. I obviously needed to respond to it, and then that's how it fucking snowballed. And then, yes, from 2023 until fucking now, I've been known as for that again. Do you know how fucking frustrating that is? And it's even more frustrating because, again, the older I get, the more fucking angry I get at this woman, and the more I fucking look into the things that she put me through or she did to me or conversations we had or whatever, and I fucking think of things completely different.
Adam is going to have a lot of processing, and I think it's going to take years of not only just self-reflection, but maybe even therapy to be able to work out. And you forget things after a while, but then something could trigger a memory, and you're like, oh yeah, no, she actually did say that.
I remember when this was happening, and Becky was thrown into it, and Oliver was thrown into it. Remember that? Colleen's fucking brother leveraging her fame to be incredibly weird and inappropriate with underage fans and DMs. Oh yeah, that went unnoticed, didn't it? I'm so lucky that I now have a platform in which I can speak up and defend myself, but I don't know if I can say the same for Becky and Oliver in terms of what I have, because again, these people just want to get on with their lives, and as they should, and Colleen bringing this up is going to be directly affecting their day-to-day lives. What I do now is on social media, yes, but these people are just trying to live their fucking lives, and she is bringing this up again, re-fucking opening it all again, subjecting these people to God knows fucking what. I cannot believe that she is playing the mom card when she was fucking bullying and harassing me whenever she had a fucking her baby boy.
Well, no one would suspect me. Nobody would look at me. No one would hate a mom. I think it's all just part of a manipulation tactic. Even the way that she was sitting in the interview earlier, she was slumped over and she just had this sad look on her face. It didn't help with the sad music in the background too, but that entire podcast I can see just being about her and how she's gonna forgive and move on and how did she cope with all the hate. I feel like she's doing exactly kind of what Ned Fulmer is doing, screwed up big time, and is trying to make a comeback and doing it terribly, frankly.
Don't you dare play the mom card. So fucking manipulative, so fucking, and like, your response to it all was the toxic gossip train. What, 2 years later, you realize that didn't work and you've got to try another approach? You're the one bringing this up. You're the one who continues reminding the public what you did. And how fucking dare you sit there and use the mom card and if you can forgive yourself. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck, Colleen? Fuck you, Raven-Symoné, as well. How many people she's burned, but yeah, at the end of the day, we've got to hear how she's a victim.
Because Adam Baby in her head, again, she will always be the victim. But this speaks volumes about her and not you. I don't blame Adam at all for his emotions and being frustrated. If anything, I think it's extremely valid. You want to bring up this mom card, then focus on being a mom. Colleen, do you really want your kids to grow up and go and type in mom's name on YouTube? Because they're gonna know, but there is no hiding you being a content creator. Do you really want one of the first things coming up to be this controversy with this young man? Because it does not make her look good at all. I'm interested in seeing the interview and Adam's response to the interview. I hope you guys are too. Maybe you've already seen it, maybe you haven't. I'm also going to go back into other true crime cases fairly soon, but in between, I felt like breaking it up with this. Again, I don't typically just go into YouTube drama, to be honest. I don't really care. When it does cross the line of grooming young fans, I'll be here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please go ahead and show Adam some love and subscribe to him as well if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next one.